All right, and hello everyone, and welcome to day 5 of our uh, 30 for 30 December challenge, where we're giving ourselves great gifts each day for the last 30 days of December. We're giving ourselves 30 minutes of self care for the last 30 days of November. And here we are in day 5, and oh my God, what impact that it has already had in my life and in the lives of those that are participating in this voluntary invitation to avoid having the same kind of Decembers that we've had in the past, where we have overdone it, where we have over celebrated, we have overspent, we have overeaten, we have overly indulged in things that we know they don't uh, they don't add to our best self, to our well-being. And so we have taken the uh, initiative to be intentional about how we're going to spend this December. So this 30 for 30 uh, day challenge is about us spending 30 minutes each day so that we can create the energy, so we can elevate our vibration, our quality of being, uh, in such a way that by the time we get to the last day of December, we would have generated so much momentum, so much energy, so much clarity, so much purity, that we enter into 2023 not only prepared, but with confidence, with clarity, redefining what our goals for 2023. We asked you to list the top 5 things that you would love to see happen in 2023, that if you knew they happened, life would be much better, different, not only for you, but for those around you. We've listed our top 5 core values. What are the things that are most important to us? We want to make sure that we have clarity about that, so that we can align our thinking and our action with our core values. When you got core values in place, it's so easy for you to determine when it's best to say yes and when it's best to say no. It makes the decision so much easier. And then we've said that we're going to complete 3 things that we've been procrastinating about. If we know that if we get those 3 things done, that our situation, our environment would be much better. So what we're using December for is an opportunity to sweep our basement clean, to clear out all of the stagnation, to clear out all of the disappointments of 2022. Some of us think that we have had setbacks. Some of us have had even loss. Some of us have had loss in different forms. Some of us have lost loved ones. Some of us have lost even our own hope, our own self-confidence. Some of us have lost confidence in systems and in institutions that we used to have a lot of credence and gave a lot of credence to. Some of us feel like we've lost value. We've lost our effectiveness. Some of us feel like we've lost, some of our financial status. Maybe you are invested in, different markets or in different ways, or, maybe you own certain things and that you feel like you have lost value in those things. Some of us have even lost material things and during the past year. Some have even lost their jobs. And so there's, things like scarcity and lack that we feel like we're not increasing. We're not experiencing the abundance that we love to. Some of us feel like we have failed to achieve in 2022, to achieve our aspirations, our goals, dreams that we have. And some of us feel like we just have repeated the same year, that we had before, or the same 10 years that we've had before, that we have repeated, the same results, that our results haven't changed. And the bottom line is, and what's most important is, we're not really clear on what we really want. And see, until you have clarity on what you really want, because this is all about you. Life is all about you. It's always been about you. It's always been about you, and having the experience of you, your real you, the infinite you, the real you, the you that has no limitations, the you that God created, the you that is filled with energy and power to be able to create, to be able to extend, to be able to enjoy and to share. That you is what we're talking about. That you that the thoughts keeps bubbling up in you, inside of you, with this desire for more, because that's part of your nature. That's the part of your essence, is to grow and to be fulfilled and be content with experiencing yourself. And so that's why we are being intentional about the month of December. It's not just going to happen. Just knowing about it or having a theory about this life that you can live is one thing, but it takes corresponding action. It takes inspired action in order to bring about the experience of that which we desire in our hearts. And so again, we have been intentional about this December. This 2022 December is different than all others in my past, and we're inviting you to engage in a December that will be different than all others in your past, whereby you spend 30 minutes a day, preferably the first part of your day, and engage in at least two or more of the practical transformational practices that we have suggested to you. And I just list a few of them. Like on day one, we asked you to write the 5 things you desire to happen in 2023. What is it that you would love? We need to be clear about that before it gets here. We asked you to include your top 5 core values. What are your core values? What do you stand for? One of my core values is serving my family well. That's one of my core values. Another one of my core values is, let me get my list, because I don't want to misstate it. I don't mind sharing my core values with you. Another one of my core values is uplifting humanity by extending love and truth in support of their basic needs. That's one of my core values. One of my core values is increasing in the knowing of myself as love only. And so you have core values. There are things that are absolutely important to you. You need to know what those are and write them down. And then we also challenge you to pick out 3 things that you've been procrastinating on over the last few months, that you know that if you done them, your atmosphere would be a lot better. You would get someone off your back that's been saying, when are you going to do this? So what are those 3 things? You already know what they are. Here's a few other gifts that you can give yourself. The gift of awareness. List as many things as you can that expanded your awareness in 2022. How about exercise? How about meditation? Silence meditation or guided meditation? Gratitude. Write gratitude statements for yourself. Write gratitude statement. My gratitude statement, I always write mine first thing every morning. It says, I am so happy and grateful now that I am living the life that I love, while enriching others in the process. So my gratitude statement is not only about me, but it includes everyone, because that life that I love, it impacts everyone in a very good way. How about writing a vision statement for each of the following core areas: love and relationships, time and money freedom. What would you like that time and money freedom to look like? Health and well-being. How about your career, your vocation, your job? How about your spiritual growth, your spiritual awareness? And finally, service. How do you want to give back to humanity? Write a vision statement for each one of those core areas of life. How about doing mirror work? What is mirror work? We said sitting or standing in front of a mirror and reading out loud your 5 desires for 2023. Reading out loud your 5 core values. And reading out loud your gratitude statements. You say, well, Oliver, why should we do that? Well, it is a known fact that the way that we take an idea and hold it in our mind, and the way we get it into the part of our mind, which is called the subconscious, which is what subconscious part of our mind is what puts our body into action. And the way we do that is through repetition. That the more often that you hear yourself say and speak about the things that you would love to experience, the more you hear yourself say that, the more it gets into the subconscious part of your mind. And it's the subconscious part of your mind that is connected to every cell in your body, that eventually will put your body in action towards the achievement and the accomplishment of these things. It is a transformational practice. In the religious community, they say it's called what? Confession. They say confession is made into manifestation, or confession is made into salvation. So it's confession. We call it mirror work. We call it repetition. How about study? Choose a subject that you want to improve in and engage in research of that subject with the necessary practice. You'll be amazed at how doing this study will expand your awareness, how it will raise your vibration, your quality of being. How about healthy eating? Choose a healthy food or meal that you will eat during each day. All of us want better health, better well-being. Well, we know that, we don't live to eat, but we eat to live. But when we eat quality food, we experience that quality in our emotions, in our feelings, in our thinking. And so this is a way to give this gift to yourself. Here's another gift you can give to yourself. How about happiness? That's a part of our nature. So choose one activity that you will give to yourself that really pushes your happy button. And you know what it is. Here's another gift you can give to yourself, a gift of thanksgiving. Send a thank you note or a gift to someone endearing to you. There's the law of reciprocity. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So when you sow thanksgiving into others, you will reap in thanksgiving to yourself. And finally, here's another gift. How about encouragement? Who don't need encouragement? How many people you know that could use an encouraging word or be lifted up? We're in this holiday season where, we have the opportunity to uplift the spirits of others. One way to do that is by simply choosing someone who could use a word or an act of encouragement to lift their spirits and take action. So these are just a few of the list of 30 practices that we have shared with you. Say, hey, within this 30 days, pick 1 or 2 each day, or even 3 or 4. The sky is the limit. and practice them for 30 days. Give those gifts to you for 30 straight days. And you're going to be amazed at what transpires in your life. We're just in day 5, and I'm telling you how this has affected me. I put a post out today, and this is what I said. I said, I'm shouting out to all the 30 for 30 December challengers who are giving themselves daily gifts of transformational self-care. If you don't do this for yourself, who will? And if not now, when? I said, we are only in day 5, and it's making a huge difference in my life. The vibration or the vibes are running crazy, and I feel the momentum of expansion and shift with every breath I breathe. I say the downloads are coming daily. And what are downloads? Thoughts, good thoughts, ideas, good ideas are coming daily. That's giving me ideas on how to live more healthier and happier in this body. And this is a huge part of our 30 for 30, is that we need to make adjustments in how we are experiencing ourselves in these bodies. And as we open ourselves up to thoughts and ideas, and as we take action on those thoughts and ideas, more thoughts and ideas come. And as we repeat and practice these items, it is through the practice of these items that we begin to experience healthier and more happier lives. That's the way it works. I said, I've changed my morning pattern, which I have. I get up a little earlier. I'm committed to this. I made an irrevocable decision to do this for 30 days. And some of you have, and I've heard from some of you, and you're excited about the impact that it's already having in your life, in your space, in your environment. And I said, I've changed my morning patterns. I've changed my eating habits. My thinking is with more clarity. My performance and efficiency is on an upward trend. What I'm able to accomplish in one day, I'm getting so much more done. I'm being so much more effective. And it appears that it's happening with less effort. I said that my emotions are in harmony with my desires. I don't feel like I'm divided. I don't feel double-minded. Why? Because I have a purpose, I have a focus, and I have aligned myself with the actions and moving in the directions of that focus and those purposes. So it gives me a sense of oneness and singleness. And so there's clarity. What else did I say? I said that I feel this sense of connectivity with everyone and with everything. With clarity comes an awareness of our oneness with everyone and everything, our connectivity with one another. My ability to let go of things seemed to be so much easier. I'm able to recognize when I may go off course a little bit, where my attitude may be off, where I should make an attitude adjustment. What else did I say here? I said, look, y'all, this 30 for 30 challenge is a God thing, and it is a tool to help you finish the year with positive energy. That's our goal, to finish the year with positive energy, with a high quality vibration that we are walking in, that we are exuding in our life. And I said also, this 30 for 30 challenge is about jump-starting our new year with momentum, that we have a positive momentum, that we're not sluggish. We got our mind renewed, our bodies is very energetic, our vision is clear, our purpose is clear, our goals are set, our core values are in place. We are dressed and ready for the new year. And I said, what else did I say this morning? I said, come on, y'all. It is never too late to be good to yourself by giving the gift of self-care to the one you love, which is you. To give yourself the love that you deserve, the love that you are. This is what this is all about, you. It's not about me. It's not about this platform. It's not about Truly OB or Truly Live or Truly Foundation. This is about helping you to be, to give, to share, to experience, to explore, and to resolve the real you. That is love. And I said that you can inbox me or email me at okblues, BLUE, at trulyob.com. And I will get you a hard copy of this 30 for 30 December challenge gift so that you can print it out and you'll have all 30 of the suggested transformational practices that you can involve yourself in. And so I'm excited. I am so excited that you have chosen to join me. I am so excited that there are others that will be each day as we put this out before you that will make a quality decision to give this 30 for 30 gift to yourself. So it doesn't matter what day you start. We started when there was 30 days left in the month. But if you want to start today, that means there's 25 days left in the month. That just means that you end your 30 for 30 on the 5th of January. It doesn't matter when you start, but you got to get started. We have to put ourselves in action. You know, faith without works, it doesn't produce any results or very little results. I wrote down here somewhere, little action, little results. Fair action, fair result. A lot of action, a lot of results. So what do you want? You have to decide, what do you want for you in your life? Do you want to remain the same? Do you want to continue to get the same results, have the same experience? You know, it said that some people live, 90 years. 90 times. The same year, 90 times. And then they say that there's some people that live 90 years. 90 different years. In 90 different ways. In other words, they continue to explore the potential and they continue to experience themselves in so many different ways. We are designed to have this upward spiral of growth, this upward spiral of experiencing the endless potential that is within us. Therein lies our happiness. Therein lies our peace. And so again, we are inviting you to come and join us for this 30 for 30. What is the word for today? I've given you all a word each day. Let me see what I wrote down. What is the word for today? Well, the word for today, let's see here. The word for today is exercise. Now, that's the one gift I gave to myself today. I spent at least 20 minutes doing in yoga positions. Did a little yoga today. And what is exercise? You know, exercise includes a multitude of practices. There's not just one exercise, but there's a multitude of practices. Yoga is a form of exercise. It's a form of meditation. It's a form of mindfulness. And so exercise includes a multitude of practices. It's not about just lifting weights. It's not about just bodybuilding. That's just one form. There's many forms. Walking is a form of exercise. Just walking. And so it's a multitude of practices that are designed to rejuvenate your body. To rejuvenate the body. It is your body. It's my body. We need to take care of it. And so exercise is the way that we rejuvenate the body, as well as our minds and our spirits. So true exercise includes the rejuvenation of the body, the mind, and the spirit. to experience more health. And this is the goal. We want to experience more health. We want to experience more mobility. We want to have the full use of our body. And we also want, most of all, we want peace of mind. Peace of mind comes through exercise. Why? Because it is a way for you to love yourself. It's a way to gift yourself with care. And so the body will respond by allowing you to experience a grander level of good feelings and emotions as you exercise. It says exercise should restore functionality to parts of the body that may not be functioning properly. A lot of time it's not functioning properly because there's no movement. There's no pressure on our tissue and our bones. Bones love pressure. Bones love tissues love pressure. A lot of time it's not about repetition, but it's about going to that area. And we know where that area is because we have restrictive movement. We have, we may even have some sensation, some pain. So go to that area. Many cases just take putting a little pressure on that area because pressure relieves stress, pressure relieves malfunction. Like I said, bones and tissue loves pressure. That's why I like doing yoga, because you can just get into shape and just hold the shape. And so it says exercise should restore functionality. It should dissolve negative patterns. We have negative patterns in our physical, in our emotional, in our psychological self. And these negative patterns can be relieved through exercise. And through the relief of negative patterns, through the restoration of functionality, it allows us to enjoy the activities that we love to do. What else did I write here? You know, it's a common thinking that the more you do in exercise is the better. You know, the more repetitions you do, the more, the number of times that you do something, the number of push-ups, the number of weights, the number of reps. We think the more we do it is the better. We're going to get more out of it, but that's not really the case. I have a friend of mine, his name is Jeff Bailey, and he is the owner and he is the expert yoga teacher for Avita Yoga. And this is what he says about it. He says, less is more. Ooh, see, this is a different, I'm getting ready to expand your awareness here about exercise. This is what Jeff says. Jeff says less is more, because we cannot truly heal and restore ourselves while seeking more of anything. When we're always in a mode of seeking more, he says we cannot truly heal and restore ourselves while we're in a state of seeking more, more reps, more weights, more repetition. He says the power of now, the power of being in this present moment cannot be found in the future, because if we're seeking, that means we don't have it. That means it's out in the future. But when we realize that we're in this present moment, that we use our sensibilities to feel into where we have restrictions, to feel into where we have a lack of mobility, where there may be a pain, where there may be a dysfunction. When we just in that present moment, instead of repetition, but that we just find that spot, that place in our minds, in our thoughts, in our bodies that is misaligned. And our body tells us when we're misaligned through pain, through discomfort. Our minds tell us when we are misaligned, because we end up with disempowering thoughts, We speak disempowering words, negative thought, limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs seem to cloud our minds when we are misaligned. And those are just signals to tell us that it needs attention. It needs some healing. It needs some attention. And then we just, in that now moment, we focus our attention on that area. And you'll be amazed at what happens. A few more notes here on exercise. It says effective exercise is not about how much you accomplish. It's not about how many reps, how long you stay, how many miles. But it's about how you practice. How you practice that brings the desired results that we want. Everything works in this world, in this universe, by laws. And when we become aware of the law and how it works, and when we work in concert with the law, we get the good that the law is supposed to provide us. But when we don't understand that things work by laws, and we don't understand the laws of life, then we work against them, and that is really what creates the pain and the suffering and the unhappiness, when we are working against our very own nature. And so the word for today, I said it was exercise. But I want to introduce another word. You're going to get two words today. The second word for today is practice. Yes, practice. I remember years ago, a professional athlete, he was being interviewed, and they were talking about, how do you spend your time in practice? And the professional athlete said, practice. He said, I don't like practice. He just want to play. But practice is important. What is practice? It says practice is the actual application or the use of an idea, a belief, or a method. It is applying the idea, the belief, or the method. It's the application of it. See, we can have the thought and we can have the idea, but if we never practice, if we never have corresponding action, then we're going to have little results, little success, and getting all of the good out of that idea, thought, or that belief. It says practice is what is customary, what is habitual, or expected. It is the way of doing something. And what we're doing here in this 30 for 30 challenge, we're practicing administering self-care to ourselves. We're practicing these different practices so that we can get the most out of the good that's in each one of these practices. And finally, I made a note here, and it says, practice develops discipline. Yeah, that's the D word. I just said the D word. Practice develop discipline. And you all know we can all be more disciplined about our life. We can all be more disciplined about our responsibilities, not only to ourselves, but others. What is discipline? Discipline is simply this. It's the ability to give yourself a command and follow it. It takes discipline to live your best life. It takes discipline to experience your aspirations and your goals and your dreams and your vision. It takes discipline. It takes you giving yourself certain commands and following them. So discipline is a part of our attitude. When we're not disciplined, we're carrying an attitude that doesn't serve our best interests. But when we become disciplined through practicing, which is what we're doing in this 30 for 30, we're practicing We're practicing living into our best life. We're practicing walking into our dreams. We're practicing achieving our goals. We're practicing showing up in the world how we want to be. We're practicing becoming the person we need to be a vibrational match for our dreams, goals, and desires. And so you can't get away from discipline. We look out in the world now and we see that all the problems in the world come from a lack of discipline, a lack of knowing, and a lack of discipline. And so 30 for 30 is going to help us move into 2023 with not only a high quality of vibration, but also a tremendous amount of momentum, a tremendous amount of clarity, knowing what we want. We have been practicing for 30 days. We have been practicing discipline, giving ourselves commands and doing it. I've given myself a couple of commands doing this 30 for 30. I said I was going to wear a certain cologne every day. Euphoria. Why did I choose euphoria? It reminds me of what euphoria means. An intense feeling of excitement and happiness. I want to stay excited and stay happy. I gave myself another command that's going to help me practice discipline. I said I'm going to eat healthy breakfasts. I'm going to take a daily colon cleanse for 30 days. Clean myself out. So I have good flow and good circulation when the beginning of the year comes. Won't be all sluggish and feeling stuff from all of the food I ate during the holidays. No, I'm going to eat good food during the holiday in moderation, but it's going to be good food, quality food. I've given myself a few other commands so I can practice discipline during this 30 for 30 days. I'm not going to go through all of them, but just a couple. So what are you going to do? I put the challenge out there. Now it's up to you. Are you going to allow this to be the same December that you've experienced year after year? What's the pain of just not doing anything? What's the pain of repeating patterns and paradigms that we know don't serve us? If you want to avoid disappointments like we've had in the past, this is a way to do it. If you want to avoid the sense of loss, this is an intentional and proactive way to ensure that you are on your growing edge, that you are on this upward spiral of abundance. Jesus said, I have given you life and I have given it to you more abundantly. And so all of us have this abundant life within us, but we have to what? We have to get in action. We know what to do. We know what to do. You want to avoid lack and scarcity when the first day of January 2023 comes. Get in action now. Do you want to avoid the failure of achievement? Do you want to avoid getting the same results? Do you want to avoid going into the new year and not having clarity or direction for your life? And it doesn't matter how old you are, where you are on this journey called life. I have a 90-year-old mother that is living her best life at 90 years old, maintaining her own house, in and out, driving her own car, managing her own finances, experiencing some of her best health at 90. Why is that? That didn't just happen. No, but she has spent the last 30 years of her life transforming herself, expanding her awareness, staying on her growing edge. She can work that laptop better than a lot of people I know. She gets on Zoom calls. She's not afraid of the virtual community. She's not afraid of the virtual platforms. And so, she know how to go to YouTube and listen to certain content creators. She's not afraid of any of that. She's engaged in all that at age 90. Why is that? Because she was intentional about her life. And so she remains on her growing edge. So age doesn't matter. Your past don't matter. Your past experience doesn't matter. What you haven't accomplished or achieved, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is that you make a quality decision, an irrevocable decision to give yourself life and life more abundantly, to give to yourself 30 days of gifts, transformational practices that we know that's been proven will raise your quality, raise your clarity, and create momentum going into the new year. That's enough for today. I'll be back tomorrow for day 6. Remember, exercise. Remember, practice. They're both good things. They're not curse words. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.